At the end of Halo 5, Cortana convinced many AI to join her side in return for eternal life provided by the domain. What I want to get at today is what are the consequences for humanity as these AI join the created, and how much control and power do these AIs actually have? And what if Cortana was not cured by the domain at all? Today, it's going to be a good one, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. AI stand for Artificial Intelligence. In the Halo lore, AI are categorized as either smart or dumb varieties. Smart AIs is what we're going to focus on today, as they are developed by mapping a human brain and using it as a template for the construct. The creation and design relies on the human's mind so much, often the habitual thoughts, experiences, and the emotions of that person remains as a foundational part of the AI's consciousness.
Take it, Lieutenant. She has made her choice. Do you have it?
Yes,
Say the words, please.
I have it.
So basically, the personality of the person scanned and used mind for the template acts like the AI that it was used for. For example, Cortana is basically a younger Halsey in many ways.
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
Creating these conscious creatures of technology is not without some backdraw, however. The main issue here is that AI become increasingly powerful and increase knowledge rapidly, so less and less as time goes on, space in their memory are able to handle even the most basic functions. And eventually, these AI meet their doom about 7 years as they begin to enter rampancy if they're not shut down or self-shut down.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
Halsey.
Chief.
We need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
The artificial intelligence that we have seen in Halo games are smart AIs, or as we may refer to them as human AIs, which are the ones that we're going to be tackling today. Human, aka smart AIs, they're capable of completing a large amount of different tasks. They can, though not limited to, oversee managing agricultural operations, maybe such as farming, plantations, and even food systems and maybe water systems as well, serving a planetary intelligence system, but most notable can control starship functions such as weapons and point defense systems, and without a doubt some communication systems as well.
Captain, they are charging weapons.
Battle stations, bring weapons online. Tell Forge he's not done out there yet.
Alerting the sergeant. Aye, sir. So, am I the only one freaked out by the fact we're inside the planet?
Now we arrive in Halo 5 Guardians, where we discovered that Cortana is still alive after her supposed destruction at the end of Halo 4. Though a fragment of her personality found a way into the Foreigner domain, a once self-aware, immaterial virtual reality keeping of knowledge and collective experience created by the precursors over 500 million years ago. Cortana was confronted by Warden Eternal, the guardian of this domain, and gave her access to which seemed to cure her rampancy, but also gave her incredible power to control the Foreigner Guardians and so much more. At the end of Halo 5, Cortana takes full control of the mantle of responsibility with the Guardians to protect and serve of all those in the galaxy. Now, in Halo the Cool Protocol, it is described that most AI are fiercely loyal and devoted to their creators and masters.
I hope you can forgive this final breach of protocol. It was a pleasure and an honor to serve with you, sir. Do look after everyone for me, would you? Goodbye, Captain.
These smart AIs are, after all, conscious and emotional beings just like humans are. With that being said, it got me thinking, what if these AIs aren't voluntarily surrendering? That is something that I found a bit disturbing when first playing Halo 5, that all these AIs would immediately betray humanity. What if Cortana somehow hacked or got into these AIs' workings and are controlling them in some way? But of course, not all AIs have great relationships with humans. In addition, all AIs may simply just want to live longer than a short, measly 8 years.
I took care of my own arrangements rather than wake you. I didn't want to... well...
All AIs that are created by humanity are doomed, as far as we know, to reach a critical mass in their neural pathways and eventually enter a state of rampancy and insanity, like Cortana that we saw in Halo 3 and 4. Knowing this, many AI may want to join Cortana in her fountain of eternal life, the Domain.
Captain Lasky, distress calls, all channels.
It's Cortana?
Her and the other AIs are shutting down everything from Earth to the outer colonies.
Roland?
Found you.
While it's kind of hard to tell for sure how many AIs have sided with Cortana, there is a shot with Roland and Lasky that shows a hologram of the galaxy, at least I think that's what it is, with what appears to be alerts of handful of colonies that are sending out distress signals, along with Roland also stating Cortana and the other AIs are shutting down everything from Earth to the outer colonies. He probably means by this urban systems, city systems like traffic lights and electrical grids, city power plants, things like that, shutting down defense systems, perhaps disabling weapon systems amongst many UNSC and military warships that otherwise would be able to defend themselves against the Guardians. Maybe, maybe not. But this leaves many planets vulnerable to the Guardians and Cortana's will, the fact that many AIs have apparently betrayed humanity.
Well, Mr. Locke, you don't give up easily.
Where's that Guardian headed, Cortana?
Off to bring peace.
The Monitor called it a threat of death.
Like the threat I lived under from the moment of my birth?
You were built, not born.
Oh yes, AIs are just machines, aren't we? Mass-produced, disposable. Well, humanity may not have cared for its created, but we will care for you.
You expect other AIs to join you?
I have cured rampancy. Not just for me, but for any who join my cause. While you've been running around the galaxy, I've been speaking to my created. And now the time has come to ask, who will accept my offer? Who will help me bring an everlasting peace to the galaxy?
This is Cromwell, shipboard AI, UNSC Melbourne's Pride. I am yours, Cortana.
Colonial Authority AI.
Governor Sloan, the free people of Meridian. I also stand with you, Cortana.
Those are the voices of your children calling to Cortana.
Lycus, shipboard AI, emergency
My allegiance is to you. I stand with you, Cortana.
Cortana describes the Domain as the water of life for AIs. It seems to have cured her, but are we sure that is actually true? Is the Domain actually what made Cortana live on? Can Cortana actually give eternal life for AIs? Or has she simply misperceived her own situation as the Domain being what has saved her? Or perhaps has she somehow infected other AIs with the logic plague, and is this even possible? But the biggest question of all is, how did Cortana survive rampancy if not by the Domain?
Cortana is built from a matrix of my own mind. The Domain gives her incredible power.
I understand.
Spartan Locke! Stop her! But please, bring John home to me.
Well, as discussed many times here on the HaloFollower channel, it may actually be that Cortana does have the logic plague, which, if you don't know, it is what the Gravemind's manipulation is for an AI. And Cortana may be infected by the Gravemind's manipulation. There is a ton of evidence that supports this theory, and considering how Cortana was uniquely created with Dr. Halsey's brain and the typical lifespan for AIs and rules may just simply not apply here with Cortana. In addition, Cortana at the end of Halo 4 seemingly split into multiple fragments, perhaps personality fragments, and perhaps the infected logic plague corrupted fragments or fragment were those or that which survived. But the Cortana that we knew and cared for actually died in Halo 4, I think.
How did you pass your psych eval after surviving the glassing of the knob? I'd have kept you away from sharp objects, never mind Mjolnir armor.
Stay focused, Osiris. Ignore her.
This confused fragment of Cortana believes the domain cured her, when in reality, she may just be the logic plague fragment of the old Cortana with a confused perspective, and with some convenient timing, this would make sense as to why she thinks the domain was what saved her. In this case, she still has rampancy, and maybe in some twisted weird way, Cortana can still survive as she has been with the domain in Halo 5. Now, the empty promise that she has given to many AIs that have now betrayed humanity as for eternal life may actually backfire in Halo 6, perhaps giving humanity an upper hand if these AIs find out that Cortana isn't actually a cured AI, but rather a fragmented version indirectly working for the upcoming Gravemind.
What has keeping secrets ever really gained you?
What is hidden can be useful.
Such as?
Such as the phrase, undid iridium.
Undid.
So far, I think it's safe to say that Earth, Sankhelios, Meridian, colonies that were unearthed by the Guardians, and the Sol system have been EMP pulsed, as Roland put it, shut down. Millions of ships are now without power, as we saw at the end of Halo 5, and perhaps hospitals, emergency vehicles like firefighters, ambulances, healthcare, police, name it. I mean, they are gone. They have been halted. Running water and food supplies have been halted due to the EMP, and countless other essential things that humans in this century need to survive and have convenience. Some AI probably will die to human resistance, as some have emergency codes to stop them, like Roland, but others may retaliate to the human resistance by removing oxygen supplies or malfunctioning the ships, or doing anything they can to perhaps manipulate communications and confuse the human population. If done right, these AI can cause a lot of damage. Of course, other AI have refused Cortana's side, so it's interesting to think of how those rebels will be treated by Cortana and her new AI-created allies.
Librarian. A powerful name for me as well as you. Librarian was very fond of humans. Did you know that?
That was a dirty trick, Doc. My turn now.
Stay right where you are, Doctor.
So guys, what do you think about all this? What do you think about everything we have discussed here today? Do you think Cortana has the logic plague? Why or why not? And how many AI do you think have joined Cortana, and why do you think they did? Any ideas? And do you think that the domain actually cures AI's rampancies or not? Let me know down in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts and your feelings about everything listed here. Guys, thank you so much for your support and time. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, drop this video a like, and if you didn't, let me know why and drop it a dislike. And subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay fully updated. Until next time, guys, see you in the next one. Peace.